You don't get it. When I saw you this morning at your mum's grave, it was like being kicked in the chest, okay? I felt like I couldn't breathe. Okay, it's me. I'm not ready for this yet, I know.
You saw me this morning? You saw me? And you just walked away?
No, I didn't just walk away, Holly, please. Look at me.
"9 years. If only you knew. Each night I used to go to bed saying a little prayer that you'd come and take me away. Stupid little prayer. I used to dream about what it would be like hugging you, speaking to you. Dad used to just say it. Rehearse it.
Darling, you don't understand. When I lost your mum, I lost a part of myself as well.
I lost her too. I lost my mum. And then I lost my dad. And now it's too late.
Holly? Holly? Oh, Holly, darling, thank God.
Scalpel. So, Dr. Valentine, what can you tell me about debridement?
The intentional removal of necrotic tissue, cellular debris, or foreign material in the wound bed.
Such as this necrotic tissue, right? And the purpose of debridement?
To encourage healing and manage infection.
Absolutely. Ah, perfect timing. Mr. Spence is joining us for the moment of truth. However, debridement would only work in an infection that's localised and that we can control, right?
Exactly.
But if you're right and the infection's spreading all the time...
You'd have to cut and cut
And as you say, we'd have no choice but to proceed to amputation. Guess that's what we're about to find out. Just the light, please.
You know, I think your father was right to ring me. He's moving so fast. I mean, it just wouldn't be good for either of you. I mean, in fact, it's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? But you've taken the first step. That's good. You see, your father has this place, which is extremely demanding, and we have all the time in the world, your granddad and I. Oh, Holly, I know it's all very confusing, but together we can think about what you'd like to do next.
Maybe you'd like to get a place on your own.
One step at a time, hmm? Here, I'll tell you what. We could even think about redecorating your room. Well, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I really do think it's for the best. I think we need a cab.
Dad? No, nothing. You'd better go.
Cutting again. Well, hello there. For once this is a bleed, I'm pleased to see. What does that mean, Dr. Valentine?
You've hit healthy tissue.
Exactly, which means?
The ischemia and dead tissue haven't spread that deep.
No, not as deep as you concluded. See, what Dr. Valentine failed to notice was this clear-edged area of black.
Right.
Which is a pretty good indication that the infection was actually getting more and more localised throughout the day, not spreading. You got so carried away, you missed the obvious. The benefit of experience, you see.
Well, a short, sharp lesson in theater. I'm sure you won't forget that in a hurry. Okay. I will put the parents out of their misery. Good work, Jack.
Yep, that leg is going to be just fine. I bet we'll see an improvement in her condition pretty fast. Now, isn't she lucky you're not the one in charge?
This really is only the beginning for him, isn't it?
Well, looking at the entire picture, yes. He's suffering from congestive heart failure. Mr. Hope?
Mrs. Griffin.
It is likely we'll be seeing more of him. In fact, it's looking like he'll need a heart transplant. But in the meantime, give him furosemide, one tablet twice a day, and 2 milligrams of lisinopril. And, there you are. You have a lot to talk about in your assessment. Very well done. You have a talented pupil there.
Congratulations. Your first pleural effusion. I'm pleased for you.
Elliot. Mr. Hope. Look, I want to apologize. I know I went against your wishes. But I felt it was the right thing to do for my assessment. And Mrs. Griffin, she's been really great to me today. I'm not even sure I want to know what all this tension is about, but do you think you might be able to, don't know, maybe give her another chance?
You have nothing to apologize for.
I'm going to see her. About time. Is your pager not working or something?
Got here as quickly as I could, okay?
What's all this? What the hell's
We
going
need
on?
to go somewhere and talk.
Talk about what? I want to see her.
We have some questions for you.
Well, no offence, they can wait. I'm going in.
Unless you want security to remove you, you're not.
Why?
Look, you got here in a pretty rough state. You said you were mugged on the way to work, but you wouldn't let us call the police. Then you say you're very anxious about your wife, but you won't let anybody go and check on her.
I told her she has a heart condition.
Then she arrives with such severe injuries that they couldn't possibly have been caused by an underlying heart condition. And then we found out you'd been made redundant from your job.
Not a crime, is it? To lose your job?
No, of course not. But you might like to explain to us why it's so difficult to get a straight story out of you.
You think I did that to her?
But let's cut to the chase. You can either tell us or you can tell the police. Either way, I have to think of your wife first.
I want the post-op notes on my desk first thing tomorrow morning. Ruby's on her way to ITU.
Yes, I know, Mr. Spence said. I wanted to say I'm sorry. I should have trusted you. I can't believe I was trying to push you to remove her leg.
Well, don't worry. I'm unpushable. It's in my job description. And like I said, I wouldn't expect a relative to keep a clear head.
I'm sure Dr. Valentine was just trying to help.
Yes, well, Dr. Valentine has a lot to learn about teamwork. I'll see you upstairs.
She sent me to work every day with a packed lunch, bless her. And I played along. I thought I was protecting her.
So she never found out you got laid off?
As long as I kept boring and the money kept coming in, no. I thought just a couple of weeks. I'll find something. Someone like me wouldn't just end up on the scrap heap. How wrong was I?
Well, you must have known what the money lenders are like. I mean...
Yeah, of course. But they know who to approach, when to do it. It's like nothing's a problem. But I want them out. Then they pile on the interest, start hassling you, ringing you at all hours, following you. You start looking over your shoulder all the time. You don't eat, you don't sleep. Before you know it, you're living a double life.
You should have told us.
Should have, would have, could have. Clinging on to some stupid idea that it'll all sort itself out somehow. They'll knock me about a bit, but stop at that.
Well, they didn't. They went on to your wife. And she nearly died.
I'm not a bad person.
Nobody's saying you are.
My dad, he kept a family of 5 going through hard times, and no one ever knew the stress he was under. I did it for her. I was trying to protect her. We've got no children. All we have is each other.
No, you were trying to protect yourself from feeling like a failure.
But it was easy to tell yourself you were doing it for her.
Mark, can you take over here, please?
so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Can't wait for Saturday till Strictly? I have good news. You don't have to. Feed your need for all things Strictly by going online throughout the week